Welcome to Thieves' Cant, a tabletop gaming podcast with your hosts, Jeremy Shane and Chris White.
Welcome in, welcome back. It is Thieves' Cant for Wednesday, March 4th. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. And, well, happy anniversary to us.
What's that now?
It was 1 year ago, March 4th of 2025, when we just randomly dropped our very first episode of Thieves' Cant.
Really? Did you give me anything?
It is our paper anniversary. So
you did hand me some papers.
I came prepared.
Yeah.
I hope you like it.
Yes.
So happy anniversary.
All right. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
man, a lot's changed in that time. We've grown as people.
Hey, in today's show, we are back in the Forge of Creation. It's a Wednesday, so we always hit up the Forge.
Mm-hmm.
We continue our series on building up a heist scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Parts 1 and 2, they're in the backlog, so go back and catch up if you'd like to. But briefly, we can let you know that we have determined that our heist, the subject of the heist, it's one of a couple of things. We've got blueprints, essentially, like a crafting recipe for an item that will grant immortality.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you suggested perhaps a ring,
mm-hmm.
right? So it could be those plans themselves, or because we know that those plans are currently in the shop of a weaponsmith
mm-hmm.
in the slums of the city, it could be the final product because that smith is currently working on the design right now.
Yep.
It's expected to be done in about a month's time, which gives the PCs about a month of planning time to stake out, to gather information, and to determine exactly what they're after. The plans, the completed item,
mm-hmm.
maybe both.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we've established to this point. Have I missed anything?
We know that after that month is over, this item is going to be much more difficult to acquire. This is the window, right?
Right.
So that's why that time frame is relevant.
Okay, so as we try to determine maybe who this item is being created for and what might be on guard at the moment, presenting some challenges to our heist-minded PCs,
mm-hmm.
We re-enter the Forge of Creation.
The Forge of Creation.
So which of those questions seems like the obvious one to answer first?
I know which one is the most interesting to me.
And what's that?
And that's actually like, who is this ring being made for?
Okay. We did make one roll last week that determined that there is a bit of some conflict between merchant guilds
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in the city at the moment. So our figure might be tied to that somehow.
Right.
But not necessarily.
Right.
That could all be distracting window dressing.
That's right. And the thing is, with immortality, everybody kind of wants a piece of that, right? So we can assume it's someone powerful, because to have the means to put all of this together, it's probably not going to be a street urchin, right? So it's going to be someone with some power, someone with some wealth, someone with some means. We know that any kind of magic item like this, you're going to need a powerful spellcaster to be part of that process, along with everybody else. So the spellcaster could be the beneficiary, or the spellcaster could just be under the employ of someone else.
Yeah. I kind of like the idea of someone with deep pockets, maybe just employing the spellcaster.
Yeah.
That provides more layers.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the merchants are involved. The materials required for creating this item, our mysterious figure, had to have powerful merchant contacts to acquire
Mm-hmm.
the right materials.
Yeah. So, it could be a member of the Merchants Guild, or, perhaps that's part of the conflict with the Merchants Guilds, is there is another party that's the benefactor here that's looking to make that purchase. Maybe the merchants guilds themselves that's what they're competing for. Who can provide what this person was willing to pay. And if that's the case, there could even be two of these efforts going on separately, or, there's a lot of different directions you could go. But I think probably just focused on the one item, and it could be the leader of the Merchants Guild. They would have all of those qualifications, or it could be someone came to them. If that's the case, who? I mean, if you think about it, with something like immortality, this could go as high as the crown. This could go as high as, a powerful lord or lady. I think at some point, we're just going to have to break down and say this is who it is. So,
do you like the idea of someone of the ruling class, like a lord or lady?
I do.
That appeals to me.
I like it because you still have the conflict between these two merchant groups, right? And so, but then to have another layer beyond that, I think that there could be a lot of good interplay there.
Okay. So it is a lord or lady. They have a powerful spellcaster in their employ. They've got to be there for the enchanting. Does the spellcaster and or the weaponsmith, do they even know exactly what it is that they're creating?
That's a great question. There's a lot of questions here because, then the question goes to, do the players even know what they're going after? Is it for them or is it for someone else? Who tipped them off, right? Okay, so now we kind of get back to competing merchant guilds, right? Maybe Merchant Guild A was hired by this benefactor to make it happen, right? And Merchant Guild B becomes aware that something's happening and wants the players to investigate. So now, I mean, that's just kind of easy baked in. And again, I don't think this is set up necessarily as a good guys, bad guys, but more of a everybody's out to get theirs, right? And
everybody has motivation.
Right. And so Merchant Guild B is looking at this and they're saying, you know what? If we get this, we get the payday. Because maybe the employer doesn't really care as long as they get what they want. It's kind of an interesting option. We need to establish those motivations. And for the players, it's, hey, do we want to play along with what we agreed to, or do we want to keep this for ourselves? Think about it, how differently this can play out. Everybody's motivations here are sort of in flux, and I would think that's going to impact the party too. But how much of that, I think a lot of that, how much of that information they're privy to is going to be based on their investigations, right?
Over that month's play, what do they learn
that
would influence their own motivations?
Or do they care?
Sure. What about a motivation for using this ring to grant someone immortality against their will?
Oh, that's twisted.
Right?
Yeah. Man, you would have to be really vindictive to have immortality in a ring and be like, you know what? I'm not using it on me. I'm using it on you because I hate you that much.
Right.
That's pretty wild. I like the idea of the people working on this item not knowing what it is.
Yeah, I like that too.
The caster has been given the recipe of the things that have to be, the incantations necessary to create it. They might have some guesses, but
some theories.
They don't know how all that goes together.
Yeah, they might suspect.
The smith has been given the recipe of this is precisely how this, the band of this ring has to be designed and everything that mentions everything, but they don't know. All they know is it's going to be a magic item and it has to be made exactly this way. If you find out, we have to kill you. One of those type of things. So I like that in that it's not as direct. Like you can bust in and say, hey, we want to know everything about this, but they don't know anything. Everything's done through third parties, mysterious individuals. I like, let's not make this an easy solution, an easy mystery to solve in that sense. It's all these clandestine schemes that are happening. I'm pretty good with that. Are you cool with locking that in?
I'm in. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think that brings us to a good stopping point for today. Let's take a look at what we have locked into place at this point.
We have a noble of significant means, the mystery figure, and their henchmen are aware of what this is, what they're after. Nobody else fully has the whole picture, right?
Okay.
The merchants acquired the items, they acquired the professionals to make the thing, but even the heads of the merchant guild aren't 100% certain what this is. The people making it aren't 100% certain what it is. The other merchants guild that hired the PCs to acquire it don't know everything, and neither do the players. So nobody actually knows what this thing is other than it is the prize.
Right. And so all of these people that have been doing these things at the behest of the noble, I mean, there's layers of separation there. So none of them work directly for the noble.
Right. So there's a lot of layers to unravel. And I mean, I think you can definitely put the clues in there that if the PCs want to pursue that,
right,
they absolutely can. But I like the idea that on the surface, this is just, it's the suitcase with the golden light, right? Nobody knows what this is for sure, but they know they want it.
They know it's good.
It's good.
All right. So next week, we'll re-enter the Forge of Creation, try to put some finishing touches on this. What are we eyeballing for next week?
We're looking more at just the specifics of the vault itself, right? We're looking at more of the details, more of the gritty details of what's inside there, the sorts of, security measures or traps, or the types of things that the PCs are going to have to overcome in order to get to the prize.
Hey, thanks for joining us today in the Forge of Creation and on Thieves Can't. Tomorrow, we're back for your Thursday, some back booth banter. We're going to be talking reactions and morale, when and how to use those in your RPG. Until then, have a great day, and thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing at Thieves Can't Cast. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
So long.
Thank you for listening to Thieves Can't. Email thievescantcast@gmail.com.